You got to maintain what God is working in your life that which you did through the power of prayer. It's very important that we begin to get to a place where we begin to lay the stuff down at the altar. And when we lay at the altar, we have to stand on what he just said.
Amen.
He said, if two or more on earth, we're on earth. He said, if you come in agreement in prayer, my Father in heaven, he will do it for you. So we shouldn't be saying, that happened? We're supposed to be as believers, because we talked about it. We just said it just the other day. We are supernatural beings having an earthly experience. So that's supposed to be first nature to us. First nature. Not second nature. Prayer shouldn't be the second result. Prayer should be the first result. And then everything after. Amen? So when you begin to say, we pray for those, like those leaders. We pray for them. I put my hands up because I got to receive that. Because while we gather together, there's something going to be broken in my life as a result of gathering together in prayer. We just kind of hear things in church and we just let it go over our head. You better grab hold to the moment.
For real.
We got to hold, whoever God is allowed to cross your path, relationship, through job, through romantically, platonic friendships, classmates, relationships, husband, wife, we have to begin to understand that if that person is in your life, you've got to pray for them. True. Because see, another thing that prayer would do is expose.
Yes.
It's going to expose the hidden stuff for the purpose of the word being made manifest in you and in your environment. When I pray and go before the Lord, even if I'm praying by myself, I say, God, do it in me, do it through me, and do it around me. Do it in me, because I need help. Do it through me, because I can be a conduit for somebody else. And do it around me, that my atmosphere would change.
Wow.
Can y'all say that, Lord, do it in me?
Do it in me, Lord.
Do it through me.
Do it through me, Lord.
And do it around me.
And do it around me, in Jesus' name.
That covers all the corners. So what are we believing God for, y'all? What are we believing God for? I'm going to open up. We're going to talk a little bit. But I just want to share this because I don't usually share my dreams unless it's something I felt like God gave me a distinct revelation about it, but I'm not sure what it means or whatever. I kind of keep quiet and just kind of pray about it or whatever. I woke up this morning, and I don't remember every aspect of the dream, but there are some important things that I do remember. And I'm sharing it because I believe it goes in line in what we're talking about right now. And I remember we were going, in a large building, and we were going to a concert. And it wasn't a Christian concert. It was like a concert, but maybe like some old school or something like that or whatever. But we had familiar faces around it, but it was like a big old stadium. And they had a lot of empty seats in different places, but we didn't go straight to the front. You know how you just don't go straight to the front because you're like, well, clearly they're reserved, for all the important people up front. And I can remember the people we were with, there were 5 seats, but my husband and I, we just couldn't find a seat. And we were like, well, where do we go? And I can remember there was a part where a good friend of mine, she just said to me, the Lord is going to take you places far beyond what you can imagine. I could just remember her saying it. And I said to myself, and I sat down and I said, sometimes people can see in you what you don't see in yourself. I remember saying that to her. And right after that moment that happened, and I didn't know why we didn't just sit together. We were together, but I don't know. But I remember the seats, they had about maybe 5 rows up in the front that were empty. And you and I, we start walking up to the front before the celebrities start coming out on stage or whatever. And I can remember that I was like, well, I'll just sit right here. And I remember I picked the front row. And I picked 2 seats in the front row. And then all of a sudden, they started letting people in, and everybody just like coming in like a storm trying to get no seats or whatever. So I remember taking a blanket, and I remember setting the purple blanket next to me that I saved for you, because you were standing up by the stage. And I remember this, I looked to the side, and before I knew it, a woman and her daughter just came, sat down in the chair, and I was like, didn't she just see the blanket in there? Whatever. And I just like, don't worry about it. So I took it, and I moved it to the other chair, saving it for my husband. And I can remember we looked up and people were saying something, and all of a sudden I looked to the side and the seat was gone. And I was like, oh. And then all of a sudden this woman and her daughter, the daughter just took the whole chair and moved it to the back, and they just had the chair. And so I remember saying, okay. And they were saying, don't take people's seats, y'all. You know, they were saying that. And I can remember I looked and I took the seat. And I brought the seat back up. But the lady got aggravated with me, and she slapped me so hard across my face, so hard. And I remember sitting there saying, ooh, she better be glad. This is not the I'm just saying, I'm just sitting there saying, this is not the moment. This is not the moment to be like that. And I can remember it in my mind, even though I wasn't at a spiritual gathering per se, my mind was still spiritual. It was still had a mindset of who I am in God. So I just kept saying, sometimes you just got to sacrifice. Sometimes you just got to sacrifice. Now, but this lady just hit me in my face real hard. And so as I woke up out of the dream, because that's pretty much how it ended, we were just standing there, and music started, whatever, and I woke up, I just realized that God has put us in a particular position. Sometimes we don't know or understand what he's doing. Someone spoke a word to me, not in a spiritual gathering. That familiar person who is a child of God along with me said, God is going to take you places far beyond what you can imagine. And I did not understand it, knowing that I feel like my present circumstance matched. But as we were looking for a seat, I need y'all to hear me. As we were looking for the seat, my seat was supposed to be where it was. Amen? But when you're fighting in a position where you ought to be, there's going to be warfare. Amen? The slap of the face was like the warfare. You got to fight for where you're supposed to be. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? The seat was supposed to be for my husband. But people start taking his seat. People started getting in the way. And when I began to take what was mine, warfare came against it. And I had every right to have that chair because it was mine. Are y'all hearing me?
Wow.
God is going to take you places far beyond what you can imagine. I said to her, people can see in you what you don't see in yourself, because I was feeling like, I don't know. But there were so many different seats. But the seats where I needed to be was up front. My husband and I. But it was with warfare. I couldn't fight it in the natural. I couldn't get her back and have a big fist fight. I sat there and said, sometimes you just got to do what you don't want to do. See, I'm a child of God. If God is speaking something to me, he can send me something in a dream. And then if you're able to be prayerful enough about it, he can give you revelation.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Revelation comes through dreams as well. You gotta fight for where you're supposed to be. But it's gonna come with warfare. It's gonna come with people trying to move you out of where you're supposed to be. Are y'all hearing me?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sharing this with you because we have to begin to understand that there is power in prayer, but you gotta fight. You got to go beyond what it looks like. You got to receive the word of the Lord for you, and then you have to fight. She spoke those words to me before I went up and had to deal with the warfare. Why wasn't I sitting 50 rows back like she was? We came with them. Why did we have to go up front? And while we up front, we got to fight.
Mm-hmm.
Front line. Front line. Y'all say front line.
Front line.
There will be slaps in the face. There will be people trying to take what belongs to you. There'll be issues that are in the way. But we have to understand that in order for us to be where we're supposed to be, Minister Secola, we got to pray.
Mm-hmm.
We got to pull the barriers down. Are y'all receiving me?
Hallelujah.
I know that was a lot. I know I said a lot. But I just need us to understand, in order for us to begin to see God move.
Yeah.
It is only through revelation and prayer. But we got to fight. My family and I, we prayed together the other day. And in your flesh, of course, you don't want to be, you could be thinking of other things you want to do. But I believe something so powerful took place when we prayed. We laid hands on each other. We begin to prophesy over each other. We begin to speak for some things to be broken. Stuff that is out of our control, that you cannot change, but God can. Y'all hear that? God can change the heart of a king toward your direction if he wants to. But we have to be in a position of prayer and revelation. Amen? So that's how we ought to live our lives, y'all. This shouldn't be a Sunday morning thing. We're supposed to be doing this there.
Amen.
Amen?
Amen.
Glory to God. I know the time always goes so fast in our discipleship teaching, but if anybody want to share anything or have any questions or whatever, because this is where we need to be.
Amen.
Amen?
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Glory to you.
I just think that I believe that God is always speaking to us and preparing us. And I believe that even with the stuff that you're talking about, it's amazing how the different things that a people have to go through just to be able to receive a word, to be able to receive instruction. And the instruction that you receive is just like food on a plate, and it's just like parents teaching their children, when you have good posture, good manners, especially if you're invited to somebody's house, if you're going to take something, you're supposed to try your best to eat what they put in front of you, So when we come to the house of God, that's why ministry is so very important and so much connected to just like marriage as well, because you got to really believe in and trust and believe that God has sent you to be a part of the place where you are. And then you got to trust the same way you have to trust your parents to say that they're going to fix food for you that's going to be good for you. And they're going to have to get you to eat those vegetables. They're going to have to get you to eat those things that can produce fiber. And sometimes they don't want you to always just have, just candy and junk food, because they see a place in your life where you have to have greater benefit than just always pleasure, So I thank the Lord for the things that you're sharing this morning, and the fact that in order for you to share it, we had to be prepared for it, So I really thank God for that.
Anybody else?
Yeah, it was it was right on time, because I feel like I was being led in that same direction as well, because like we came this morning to move all the furniture, but I really was rushing because I wanted to start praying a little earlier. We didn't really pray at the time I thought we would, but either way we still prayed, which is awesome. But I wanted to get that situated because, yeah, man, if we're not interceding and praying, what are we doing? And I believe